Yeah, I was not there.
But what about never seen
What are we gonna do at that point? That's when I started overthinking. It could have went south. There were like 3 of them.
Oh, you wanna?
I'm fascinated by the story. You guys got money.
Yeah.
Like,
when I go railway,
yeah.
so I'm that person when I'm angry.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I left home from Velkopis, right?
Yeah.
And then I went straight to railway. I
Yeah.
got my taxi.
Yeah.
And then went to railway. Fine.
Yeah.
When I got there chilled, I had my session sharp. Then I head home.
Yeah.
On my way home, I'm using a different route because doing cars that I was in the it was a guy.
Why?
So it was that.
Yeah.
And now my dad's in Vekuchiwa. On my way back. No, like I'm zoned out. I'm just minding my own business, thinking about my things. What's up, my today? Must be okay,
Yeah.
so go tlhaga majita mo mo spiraleng I 3 o mong ka bona o beile o na le dire mo mo gago. So I'm like, okay, I think it's enough because I wasn't really there, when I'm angry when I'm in like in my zone, like I kgona go feta, don't even greet you go bona, but ngondaka it does. So it was one of those. So sharp, okay, niggas like I know re mo gona mamas wait o pila thata for dide re fe round really 3 go tswa mo we. So now in my head I'm like round kana yenga more like ntsabela so the reason chana tsara so abo tla le ka tlang ka ntse le nna ke kone abo banjeba ga shebana so ke shibile ba itu ba sheba tsa mo push them out of the way. I went home. Funny thing is, on my way back, like, I go take rank. I'm not even looking back. And I'm thinking about food. That's the funny part. I get more. That's the thing. Not even my phone. It's in, like, it kicked in. I get another taxi. Hore, am I? Phone. How that's a phone? What just happened? So, obviously, when you get home, that's when you started thinking of possible things that could have happened. Maybe they could have, tried being so when I got home it was that I had to tell parents. I was like, I got mugged. Oh no, guy. I made up a story. I lied. But I lied. Right? I lied of where I was, what happened, and that was that, man.
So that thing getting into your zone, man. When did you develop that thing?
It's a thing. I think it's my coping mechanism.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Because you're gay.
Being hurt a lot and not doing anything about it. I'm one person when something happens, I usually like khati. I don't think about it. I flash it back. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about the event that happened, because I'm gonna start thinking more about it, it's just gonna be that. So me being in my zone, thinking about my own things, it's my way of feeling in denial. Right? Yeah.
But does it help though?
Most cases it does help, but even though I need professionals be like, no, it does not help. You must deal with that and this. Like, yeah, I'll deal with it. Yeah. I'll deal with it like later on. Like now is not the time. Yeah, because I don't like feeding my emotions. Like, no, I'm sad today. I'm just gonna be sad. I don't wanna nurture those feelings. There's no time for that. But I have to move into something else. They come at a later stage when something triggers them. At that time, I won't know what's gonna trigger them.
Right there,
Right?
Yeah, because I feel like if you don't deal with a lot of things, they are pick up.
They do. And then you obviously experience mental breakdowns. Just like my metric, I had a lot of mental breakdowns. I even lost count. Within a week, I'd have like more than 5 mental breakdowns. You know? So that's how bad it was. That's when I could say, okay, deal with those things. I dealt with Ezo, and then it's him like, I just don't like nurturing as of feelings, and that's why.
No, Rabe is good.
But one thing about it, I talk about it.
Okay.
You know, because at a later stage, when I always talk about that Megan thing. It's not funny, but yeah, I found something funny and we all laughed about it. Hey girl, you're thinking about food and you just got mugged. Like, you know. So yeah. Things like that. So
Finding a positive side.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if people say it's not a coping mechanism, but I feel like positivity is.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yo.
No, because I feel like her and I are different. You know, when something happens. See, when something happens, I get to overthink or what me. I will think about it. I will sit in my room. I'll think. Imagine you wasting hours thinking about something you're gonna change.
That's what
I'm like
me
that.
I'm thinking about this. And me thinking about
it's not gonna change.
So
Mina, but I'm trying to change because it's not good. So that's why the way I link at thing, it's good. Because Mina, I'll be in my room and just be like, oh, what did Bonolo say about me? That's good about. And sometimes it's not the case. Mina, I'm like, and it's not good because I feel like it's not even healthy for me. Because we can't wait as a person.
Like the last thing situation maybe
I don't like in terms of what?
In terms of maybe some of the maybe one of the stories.
Maybe like self-confidence, especially self-confidence. I think that's
I feel like we've all been through a lot
when it comes to that.
Ooh. Neither a I don't even know where to start, but like
but one specific, you feel like this one, and we overcome it.
My thing is and I feel like in the past, right now, I feel like I've changed or I've grown. But I used to have this thing. I used to trust people a lot. I would trust somebody dude, I would trust a person even some like selfless, gonna think about the person to the point where you put your life in danger. I've been in those situations a lot. I don't know, was I trying to please friends or but I would like mix with the wrong crowd, I'd mix with the wrong crowd. And then your mother always knows your good friends. So they would tell me, don't go with this person, don't. And I would be that, like, I don't know. When are we born? So those situations would put me in weird situations. Like I'd find myself in places that I don't know. Like so now, like years later, I think about it. I'm like, did I really put myself in such situations? So when I think about it now, it's a bit traumatizing because I would never do that right now. So it was just about mixing with the wrong crowd. Just being there with
and then you tend to forget.
You do what they tell you to do, maybe.
Never been there, but okay.
But I've been. I feel like my that's how my life has been. Trying to please friends. And then mixing with these big men. So it's just, for me, it was traumatizing. But anyway, they're not a part of my life anymore. And ever since my life, like things are better. Because now I choose where I'm going. I don't just go to random places. I feel like it's self-control. It's about having self-control. I think I didn't have it before.
How did you develop that?
I think it was about growing up. I was still a kid. I feel like we all been through that. It was a phase, let me just say.
Nice.
And I learned from it. So if you learn from something, then
you won at that.
So I've learned from that. I've learned from that. No, and I'm gonna choose where I go. With who. I don't just go anywhere. You don't even know the place, but you're there. it's
And I feel like a lot of the youth, they struggle with saying no, man.
I think it's a matter of trying to fit in.
Okay.
You know, trying
Yeah.
to be like the cool kid.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I started smoking because
Yeah.
because my friend, especially vape, yeah, and my parents found it. Oh my god, that is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only did it because like my friends were doing it and it was cool. You know, it seemed cool at that time. So and I'm that sensitive one. Kuti, anything unusual that I take in, my body reacts to it.
Yeah.
So with smoking vape, it became I had a migraine to a point. It being bulala blind. Yeah, so yeah, obviously you're taken to doctors, specialists, nani, and then parents did some digging in the room, and then they found you know, the worst case scenario, you know. And to kind of think of it, girl, why did you do it?
I love vaping though.
Yeah, love vaping. Yo, where's the? My parents asked, Ogati, what's this? I'm like, you vape. What does it do? No, you smoke it. Why do you smoke? Because I want to get high. Huh? What is it? Is that? I told my parents, you know one thing about me, ne? Okay, obviously as a kid you lie to your parents, but what's the point of you lying?
Yeah, go all out.
Just go all out. They asked, why you smoke? Just to get high. Why do you want to get high? Like, yo, man, I'm like, girl. You know, I only started, smoking that because, my friends are doing it. It was cool, you know, see what's what. Like, blah, blah, oh,
It's more like classy. It's not like cigarette.
yeah, I turn, you know. So it's peer pressure.
Do you have those stories? When?
Isn't it?
Like stories that you survived, then maybe any scenario, things that you were. Because right now you guys are young adults. Maybe my 3000 will probably see this thing online. So give us via whatever she's facing. Then, but we haven't started, even started an introduction at lab. I haven't introduced.
We
These people are meant for the camera, bro. We haven't started.
We haven't yet.
Introduction, but see ladies first. But today,
yeah.
it's an exception.
Okay. Well, I can speak English, right?
Any language.
Any language.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my name is Nkosi Gift.
You okay?
Yeah, Ntlalangai extension 9.
Okay.
And then from my side, I don't really have like a survival story and doing genre. But in terms of how I deal with things, I lean more towards her.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm the type to kind of battle up into and kind of zone out. Whenever like I'm going through some things, because I found that is how I think that is the best way I deal with them. By zoning out and kind of not thinking about it, because I know if I think about it, I'm going to overthink. And then me overthinking, I'm going to end up being depressed. So I have a coping mechanism of zoning out and not thinking about it so that it doesn't affect me.
How do you do that? Because she walked in the witness danger.
Not being aware.
Your form of, is it writing? Is it just chilling? Is it watching TV, playing games? Or how do you channel that?
My way is because since I'm a visual artist, I lean more towards my art. And then that's where I escape in a way, which is it's also the way I make my money food.
Nice.
So like I'm killing two birds with one stone.
That's dope.
So that's how I personally deal with it. I just focus on my art.
So how did you stumble upon that? How did you stumble upon the art as a coping mechanism, or is it something that just happens randomly? I've
always been an artist since primary. Like I've always been interested in art and doing genre, but I only took it seriously when I got in high school. Because the school I went to, ibine visual art as a subject.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I chose it when I got to grade 10.
Yeah.
And then that is when I noticed whenever I do art, it's like I escape.
Yeah.
When similar to how like a person gets high and they escape. For me, like the way I get high is when I go into my art, and then that's when I escape, and then I'm in my own world, and then when I'm in that world, I actually feel better. Yeah.
Hey man, I
So
wish I had your
that is
Right.
so that is my way.
Shout out to that.
So that is my way. Nkosi.
I could tell that because he's like, these people have a weak coping
I didn't tell you about mine though.
Yeah, you didn't.
Should I? Okay. Mina, Bonolo.
I even forgot.
You were asking me about my name. That's what I remember. Then I was correcting you.
Your name, but again, I want to know why do you prefer, because a lot of people, especially the youth, man, like the Mabizo Wanasposa, people will rather use like
Bonaya and last school instead of last course.
Yeah, why I want to prefer Mabizo Land?
I used to be like that, Lennon, back in high school, because I would prefer people buying pizza, gifty, only because a lot of people banasa don't pronounce my name properly. You know, especially Makho, because I go private school, so they would always have a difficult time pronouncing my name and my surname. So I would always lean towards gift because it's easy. And then after high school, I was like, nah, man, I must be proud of myself and of who I am, you know, because since like my class, I was like, nah, this is my actual name from my dad, and I must stop with the English Western name, or I must focus on being called Nkosi Bonile. Because people will get used to calling me Nkosi Bonile properly. Yeah.
What's part there?
No, nothing it gift.
What was your breaking point in terms of the, like, I'm tired of being called gift, I want to be called Nkosi now?
I think after high school, I went through a transition where like I wanted to stop being westernized, because unfortunately the way we've become westernized a lot, because you know, like we go to English speaking schools, English and Afrikaans, and then eventually like you like as a person like you just realize and like we are being divided from who we actually are. Even now, I'm like, is Xhosa something to calling up, but like I don't have the deep Xhosa accent.
Same here.
Because like I don't visit Emakaya a lot because of family dynamics and ingi. So I was like, I'm gonna do the best that I can to at least stay true to who I actually am. And then I was like, nah, I must embrace Ubu Xhosa bam. And people must call me Nkosi.
Man.
And with like my name, I think my name is powerful, like the meaning of my name. Because it means God saw a gift. Nkosi Bonile gift. Yeah, God saw a gift.
Man.
So like I was like, nah, I must embrace this. So I was like, Nkosi.
Man,
That's why.
Bruh, that's more
That's deep, man.
Yo, bruh, I'm going away. Yo. But for real, man, there's power, there's power in, like Bonolo was saying earlier, like Star Signs, you guys said, like, if you believe in it, wow. But if you believe in that, because I feel like if people call you, let's say, people used to call me before, they used to call me a different name, and I behaved them specifically the way they wanted me to behave. But when I started embracing, because Zix is from like my surname, Zay, when I embraced that name, man, I felt like things were coming easily on there. Yo. For once, you did something we haven't been able to do in a while, Nafid. Guess what you did? You made goodness Bonolo accent and message.
Especially you could
Yeah. Right? It's not
Yeah.
like, could we just went we went quiet. There is no that.
Yeah.
That has struck me.
Yo,
Yes.
yeah, well, in terms of that, you don't have to ask Nkosi any questions. You guys don't have any questions for
No,
Nkosi?
you do.
I want to ask him one thing about his career. I heard that there's an interesting thing about
Oh, okay.
his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man Nkosi. Yeah, I heard that you said you're a visual artist. Is that right?
Yeah, buff.
So, can you tell us more, man? Visual artist, what made you to be deep inside to Funba because visual artist? So, what's the passion?
Oh, well, like I mentioned before, like I've been an artist since I was in, like a primary basically, and this is not something that I chose, cause like it's more like art chose me, because like I can't stop thinking about art ever since, and then especially when I went to the high school that I went to, where I got to a subject, the visual art. And then the first time I went into a class there, like I felt like I can't describe the feeling that I felt, but I felt like this is this is where I belong.
Yeah.
So
what's your message so far to the next generation to come who want to maybe see themselves into visual artists, to doing visual artists so far?
my piece of advice I would give them is to first, like, step one is to indulge yourself in that space, because like visual art, like there's a lot of fields within visual art. So the first thing you should do is to indulge yourself in that space, so that you can quickly figure out where you want to go within that field. Well, like even me, after years, even though since grade 10, I was in visual art, grade 10, 11, 12. Only after high school did I figure out and like in which space do I want to go in visual art. And then I fell in love with realism art, which is basically like a realism art is where people either buy a painter or buy a sculptor, but they make it look realistic, Yeah, and then as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to go into this field and figure out how to draw and paint realistically. And then since 2017, I've been in that field. And then I would say, I think it's 8 years since then now. I think I've become really good at realism art. Yeah, I'm going to show you my art afterwards.
Yeah, plug it on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, where can you follow you? Plug it, man. Plug.
You can find me on social media. In Instagram is at @IamGifted_art.
Yeah.
Facebook is also the same. Naku, TikTok, and I also have a YouTube channel.
Whoa, nice. I was subscribed.
Yeah.
The name of your YouTube channel.
It's Gifted Arts Studios.
Okay.
Gifted Arts Studios.
My phone.
Yeah.
Yo, MTVZ members, you better subscribe to this.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
yeah, I'll leave the.
that is where you find my
I'll
art.
leave the links on the description box. Otherwise, man, who's your mentor? Who's your? Cause us, obvious, in podcasting, it's either Joe Rogan or McG, man. They're the top. In terms of where now, who do you wanna be?
In terms of art.
Yeah.
In terms of art now, there's a visual artist, I think is in Johannesburg. Igama lakhe young creator. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually look up to him a lot. Because
Yeah.
he does the same thing I do, but at a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the guy that I really look up to.
Young creator.
Yeah.
If he sees
Oh,
this,
young
I hope he
creator.
sees this.
Yeah, go yellow.
When you're big and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn, I love it. Gift, man. Yo. Aye. Nkosi, man. Not
Yeah,
big.
Nkosi, yeah.
Hey,
Nkosi.
Westernization. Hey.
Yeah, thank you, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I love that, man. So the last
Thank you,
question,
Bonolo.
you don't have any questions, Amos. Ladies, you don't have any question for him.
No.
For gift.
Yeah,
I
for
don't.
Nkosi.
Nkosi.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For good.
Nkosi. They're confused, they're confused.
Not like about his work, me.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does it take for you to like finish? You know,
Mm.
like
It, it depends on a few factors. Like one, it depends if like when as the client, how big you want the artwork to be. Cause I work from A4 up
Yeah.
until A1 size, which is like huge. You know? So it depends on that, and it depends on how many people do I have to draw in that piece. But generally, it takes about 15 hours, yeah, to finish a piece A1.
Because I'm about to
Yeah, same
Can't be
thing.
waiting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ghana, I was about
I
to
just
ask,
take 15
What
hours.
now?
challenges do you come across in this work field of yours?
The challenge in it, the biggest one I would say is comparing myself to my mentors. The other one. And then like, because like, especially when you're still a beginner at the beginning of your career, and then you look at the people that are better than you. You know, there are times when you compare yourself and feel like maybe I'm not going to be as good as this guy, wherever. So I would say that is the big, the comparison. That is the biggest one. I would say.
How do you deal with it afterwards when it comes?
I kind of changed the way I view it. Like,
The mentality.
yeah,
behind
like compared, like instead of saying I'm gonna compare myself to this person and wonder, am I like ever gonna reach them? I see them as like a goal and be like, I must work hard to become like this person.
Yeah.
That's how that's how that's how I do it. Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man. So far, ladies,
That's how I
you
would
see,
say.
you see why he was quiet?
Now we see why.
Yeah.
He's thinking about clients and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, in fact, for me, any last ways you want to share?
Follow me on all socials.
This life is business. Ladies, otherwise, goodness, I know you've been dying to get on that mic.
Not at all, hey?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Like Nkosi, no.
Not at
Skip
all,
on, but
man.
otherwise, let's get to know you. Skip on.
Okay, Uqina, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, Lynn.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so long as I don't know what's another level.
Like it looks like it's a library. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're also gonna come back.
Yeah.
I just want to add on that.
Yeah.
For all the girlies, you know, and
Yeah.
the men out there, that I'm a beauty therapist. So you can check out my work on Facebook, Being Bonnie. You can follow me there, and then from there you can DM me. And then I'll give you my number so we can talk from there. So I'm a beauty therapist.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
When we're done, goodness, are you plugging anything?
No, I'm not.
For now. Like that?
Just sharing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You guys, what's going on?